Hi all, good morning and good evening. So today we will go through the how to create Python project, a basic Python project, how to create. We will see that. Okay. So as you know, small introduction about myself. My name is Venkat. I have 10 plus years of experience. I have worked on I have worked on different technologies like Angular, Java, Spring, and Python, and full stack application development by using Angular, Java, Spring Boot, and Python, Django frameworks. Okay, and I'm providing the online trainings for these technologies. So this is about myself, and yeah. So we'll see how to create the one Python project. So in Python, right, we can create applications in different way. Uh, Let me open my page. S- So, for example, let's see, we have we have a core Python. For example, we are not using any framework like Django and Flask. Okay, those are the frameworks. Like Python plus Django, we can design RESTful services by using Python, Django plus test services. We can create the APIs, and by using the Flask and Python also, we can create the REST services, right? And without those frameworks, by using the only plain Python, we can create some kind of application like, for example, ETL jobs, or we have some data transfer from one database to another database, or there are some validation or enrichment on the data, or those kind of applications are very. I need to get some data somewhere, and I need to do some validation, check that data, and put into the MySQL database or Oracle database. For that, right, no need the frameworks. So we can create the plain Python project. Okay. That we will learn. We will learn today how to create the basic Python project. Okay, uh, like uh, by using the PyCharm IDE. Okay, what is this PyCharm? Is and again I want to this video will help for who are studying the BTech or the MCA degree or any computers degree who want to start their career into the IT. For them, this video will help. They will get some kind of knowledge here. So yeah, definitely these whatever. So when you want to start to learn Python, then you should understand how to create the basic project and how to in like how to choose the Python to your project. So there are some settings we need to do configuration. Then how to create the project which will match to the real time. For example, when you joined into the company, so you have the already existing project or you want to create the new project, then you should know what kind of project structure, what kind of files we have. So at least the real time how the Python ETL or Python normal Python project, how in real time they will create, I will explain today. That is my goal today. Okay. So now this is the PyCharm. Let me open the. This is already existing project, but see here I have created my own project already. See, this is the Python practice in okay. If you extend, this is venv. What is this? And src project. So we have a different folders, and we have a main file, and we have a requirement.txt and env. What is this all? This is the project structure we need to follow for normal, very core basic Python project. For example, my requirement is I have a some tables, 5 or 6 tables in Oracle. So from there, get the data and do some validation on the data based on certain requirement. I need to this 5 table data. I need to fit into the 2 tables or 3 tables. So what are the important data we will get into the 5 or 6 tables? and do some validations or some logic, and after that you can put into the some three tables or two tables which will use by other team or other requirement purpose. Okay, so that we no need the Django and other Flask framework, REST API framework, right? So for that you can create the plain Python project and do your tasks. So for that we need to create this kind of project. Okay. Okay, now let me open a new window in the Python. Okay, new project. Okay, now see, this is my here. See, what is this tool is? This is the PyCharm tool. PyCharm is the one of the tool for most popular tool for developing the Python-based applications. And we have a VS Code also, but these two people are using in real time. So we are using this PyCharm tool, and so now I'm creating my project in let me employee empl employee data store. Okay, data employee data store. Okay, employee data. Okay, this is my project. Now see, we need to choose the interpreter type. Okay, what kind of interpreter? Already see, if this is the path, this is the separate path app data. This path we can choose, or mostly we can't prefer this path. Okay, what we need to do, go to the custom environment. We can, so but instead of this, right, go to here. What is this? It will create the environment, Python environment for this particular project. Okay, I will create it. I will show you. So now, uh, okay, project here, right? Okay, let's create the project. Open this window. New window we will open. Okay, because that the previous window also, whatever project I have developed earlier, that also we can see. Based on this structure, we will create it. Okay. Okay, there are okay. 1 minute. Now see, the venv is created. What is this env is? This is the environment interpreter, Python interpreter. We can this environment Python interpreter will use for this project only. So that this is the this is required, right? For example, if you're creating the Java application, we need to choose the Java path, or we need to give the Java path in the pom.xml file. Then automatically at the build and runtime, automatically that project will use the Java 1.8. Like that, if for example, let's say in your in your system, in your local machine, you have a, different number of file Python installed. For example, Python 3.1 or 3.10 or 3.13 different. But you want to choose a particular Python version. Then give that Python, choose that version, and automatically this environment will create. Okay, for this particular project only. It's a specific to this project only. Let's see now go to the settings and Python. Okay, interpreter. So see here, if you see right. See the it's a particular to this project. See in the J employee data VN virtual environment. What is this VN virtual environment? Okay, and under this is the path we are choosing. Okay, add this interpreter. Okay, see already added. See environment VNV already virtual environment already existed. So no need to choose this one, right? So it's pointing to this one only. So okay, now go to this J drive. We'll see that where is this employee, right? Okay. Employee, see environment created, right? This is all libraries and all. Now, now we have created at least the project only. Now what we need to do is we have, see, we need to create now SRC folder. See, this is my folder, right? SRC. Now this is we created. Now create the SRC. Uh, Come to here, click on the project. Okay. Now new and directory. Create the SRC. Okay, now SRC, what we need to create? We need to create this all the folder. See, uh, whenever you are creating the project under SRC, your all the logic, your files will available under the SRC. So this is config folder. This is all the folders only, nothing else. So, for example, there are some database configuration. Then you can create those Python file under the config only. Suppose there are some controller classes. Some create those files in the control class only. There are some modules like what is the modules and what is the controllers, and we will see later. But there are some module classes or entity classes we can create here. It's a services, business logic, mostly service related classes. Like in service classes, what? From the controller to service to the model, or those flow will be like that, right? So services we will create a service related logic, some business kind of logic. Okay. Utility is the reusable classes, which is like if you are passing the two dates, you need the difference between the two dates. So those kind of the reusability, and you are passing the string, and you need to convert the string to the some date format or date time format. Then those kind of utility, you are using these classes and methods inside the utility class everywhere of the project. So those kind of utility uh, uh, Python files we can create here. So let me create one by one folder in our new project. Okay, config. Mhm. So where is this directory? Okay, it's not a file. We can go to the directory. Okay, now config, config. Okay, now config. After that controller, controller. Hmm, what is this con? Okay, controller. Next service, service. Now util. Okay, now what else we have here? Okay, model, right? Models. Let me create that. Yeah. Okay, models. So these are the common folders, like I told, right? Service related logic. S- Uh, so those are what files I can create. You might get the doubt like what kind of files I need to create in the control folder, what kind of like files, Python files we need to create in the model, what kind of files we need to create in the service. Those those uh, those we will discuss later. But these are the main folders we need to create. So if you have some other folders, like we can create like this. Okay, we can't. So the controller folder will contain only controller related logic. Service folder contains the service related files only, and models is a database model. Like I have a database table, I need to create the model class for that one. So those related files, Python files will come under the model class. Configuration, any database configuration or Kafka you are using or AMQ you are using, those kind of configuration we should put into the config folder. Now, okay, inside the SRC we have these many folders. See, inside, if you see that this is our project under the sorry, this is the virtual environment and this is the SRC folder. Okay. Okay. Now, what is okay? Now we need to create the main file under the SRC. Okay, main file under the SRC or SRC and okay SRC only, main.py. Main.py. Okay, now it's a main.py, right? Okay. Now let's say I have this is the env. See, env project is under the project fourth. What is this env is? For example, you want to connect to the MySQL database. Then you have what we need the username and the password, and we need the local host, and which schema you want to connect. Those details, those database configurations or any, for example, you are calling the any REST API from your plain code. So you want to the trust, there are some the endpoint URLs you have, right? Those kind of things we can put into the env. Or you are connecting to the any MQ or any topic, then those kind of we need some details to connect to the topic or MQ. So those kind of information usually we need to put into the environment related data. Okay, so here, yeah, this we need to create .env, right? Yeah. This is very simple, but we should know how this project look like. Okay, now file .env. Okay, yeah. See, this is under this folder only, right? And now requirement.txt file. What is this requirement.txt? We will see. I will explain. Okay, requirements.txt. Can we okay rename it and we can okay. So I'm creating the same project like this. Okay. Now file requirement.txt. Okay. See. Now the project structure is completed. So this is the way we need to create the project in the VS Code. Sorry, not in the PyCharm IDE. Okay, now see now the structure of this project and this project is same. Okay, this project and this project is same. So now we'll see how to uh, how to execute our project, how to create our project. I have documented these steps in my notepad. We'll go through this one. Okay, how to create a new Python project. So first install the Python and run the Python version. Take your go to your command prompt and run it. Okay, Python is not okay. I think I need to. I have not set the path, so that is the reason it's not finding. 1 minute. Okay, yeah. Okay, I will set the path and we'll come to see once you install the Python, you will get the Python version, which version you installed. Okay. See, in our case, what version we have installed is here. See, it's the IDE, so it's not like say Python 3.13. Okay, which is latest. Okay, now see, create a project folder. We created by using the PyCharm, right? We created a file, a new project. Like this, we have created the project, okay? And we choose the virtual environment also. So that is the step. We need to create the project and navigate. This is the from the command prompt. If you create like this, we just create the make directory, create the project, and go navigate into that project. So after that, this is a little bit interesting. Create the virtual environment. So what this we can create the virtual environment from the terminal. From the terminal also we can create like this. Okay. Instead of this, what we did in the IDE, that is the advantage of IDE, right? We no need to execute these commands and all those things based on the settings. We can do. See what we have a interpreter, right? Add interpreter. Here we can create the see Python interpreter, generate new or select existing. Select existing means whatever we have already some other project also. We go to the .venv folder. You can choose that path. Okay, but now here whatever we have we generated new for this particular project. Okay, yeah, we that is the we have choose the virtual environment, and after that we have to active the virtual environment. I will tell you that this one. For example, if you see right here, let's say this is our PyCharm. So if you go to this terminal, it's automatically come under the see VN. That means we are using the IDE. That is the advantage. If you're not using the IDE, if you are creating this project from the command prompt and any other prompt, we need to do these steps manually. Active virtual environment. That means this is automatically active. So see, when you join, right, any organization or any project, so we can't create this virtual environment like by using the command prompt and all those things. Like this, it's I am in my project and it's active already. This means the virtual environment active for our project. Okay, so that is done. This is done. Install required dependencies. For example, I want to connect MySQL database, and this is one dependency for the MySQL. This is Flask. For example, you want to create some REST API by using the Flask framework. We have a Django and Flask, right? So I am installing the uh, two dependencies like this. Let's say pip install. We can execute this command directly in terminal, or else, see, for example, let's say I have a 50 dependencies. How many dependencies? 50 dependencies. In that time, I need to put all these 50 dependencies here like this. The length is very large. So instead of doing that, for example, somebody in our team, somebody want to set up this same project. Then he want to do this Python install and he want to execute this all. Okay, that will be little bit complex and it's a complex, right? So instead of that one, what we need to do, we have to create one requirement text file. This is the simple text file. What that name is the requirements.txt. Okay, you can create this requirement.txt here. I think we created already, right? We created already. Then once we create, right, we can keep this all the dependencies, all these modules, whatever dependencies and modules in this text file. And after that, if you run this command in the terminal like this, I will run here. We don't have any dependencies because empty. We'll see what we will get. So now when you run this one, right, all the dependencies, all the modules will automatically installed in our project, in our particular project. Okay. See, we don't have anything, right? We don't have any modules or anything, so it's automatically installed. Now, so sorry, it's automatic. Nothing is installed here. It's empty. Now let me go to my project already created. Go to here. Now can I will get here one. Okay. Mm. There is one dependency I have added. Now let me run this command again. Now see, this is installing. If you see this one, right? Mm. See, now it's installed. Okay, install collection package. This is already installed. If you add one more command, one more package from the, you can add any. For example, let's say Flask. Okay, let's say we have this Flask, right? I think we no need to give the version. It's automatically by default. It will take the latest one. Okay, now let me run again this command. It will install the all the dependencies which are available in the txt file, requirement.txt file, right? Oh, sorry, here, right? Okay. See how it is installing? It's installing all. Okay, it's all installed. All. It's downloading all the dependency related to the Flask and already it's done. MySQL already done, and it's installed all the one more. Like this, if for example, let's say we have 100 dependencies, you can just run this one file only. What is that command? This one, pip install. Pip install. It will whatever there in the requirement.txt, whatever dependencies are there, it will install all the dependencies in our project. That is the advantage of this command. This is the and this is one way. There is another way which I covered in my previous demos. So we have a poetry.toml file. There also we can define all these dependencies. When we run the poetry install, automatically install. That is the advanced way, but this is a lot of people will use this approach only. Okay. So now. Now, yeah, this is what we have created the one sample Python file, one sample Python project in different modules and different packages. We can say this is the different packages wise we have created. So, what is the advantage of packages? We can segregate our business logic into the different folders based on that logic. We can keep that those files into the different mod. What is that packages? Suppose something is controller related logic, then that will be go to the controller. Something is service related, those packages, those files will go to the services. So this is the way we need to create the one new Python project. Okay, now this will I will close. What is this error? um, okay, 1 minute. Yeah, this is the error, right? No need comma. So yeah, it's not required comma. We can add any number of without comma. Okay, yeah. Now what is the CNV? Now I have created, right? I will do one thing. I will close this one. Recent project, close project, right? Okay. Yeah, now this is my, I have created the project. Now we'll see, first we'll start from here. Env. Env means at any environment related configuration we can keep here. So I kept the database, MySQL database localhost, which is my localhost. Root is the username and password is mine. And this is the student DB. I want to connect to the student DB. So this is the configuration for the database, MySQL database. Now, now see config. What I have done in the config database connection. So database connection is, see I have written, see load dot env. What is this method? This is the predefined method which is from this module. Okay, and these are all the predefined modules. Okay, that is the reason we imported. So now this is the predefined method which is comes under this module. When this file loads, right, automatically it will read this data .env file data. It will read the .env file data, and in this method get connection, get connection means this is the method in the Python. How we are writing the method in the Python? See, this is completely one method. So what this method will do, it will return the connection object, get connection. Method name is the get connection. We are returning and we are getting this host name, username, password from here, from this file only. Okay, and we are reading os.get in, and we will get this data when this they will call, right. We will get this data host name, and I need the root, I need the password. So this is the way we need to call. Here localhost user is the root and password is my password we will get here. So when we are passing this data to the this connection method, it will return the connection object. Okay, and I am returning that connection object. If some exception came, for example, let's say my password is wrong, then there will be the exception. Okay, this is the so the see this is the database connection related configuration related file. So I kept this file into the config folder. Okay, let me run now. Okay, now we'll stop this. Controller, I don't have any logic for the controller model. I don't have. See why I kept the service. What I have created one file which will create student and update student. This is my file. What in this file I am doing? I am creating the student. I am creating the database table and I am creating the student. I am updating the student in different methods. Okay. Now this kind of logic, it's not a control logic. Okay, so that is the reason I have not kept into the controller, and it's not a model related logic. Okay, it's not a we have a table, and the table related a model class we need to create, right? That is, it is not kind of file. So that is the reason I have not kept into the model class. So that's why I just created the service. This is kind of little bit service related logic. So I moved this file into the service. Okay, this is the service file, right? Now And utility class, right? Utility class is nothing but I don't have any kind of utility example now. Let's say I'm passing the there is the student course start date and student course end date. Let suppose I have written one method here in the helper def find difference between the start date and end date, and I'm passing the start date and end date. I want to how many uh, how many months he is taking that course. I need that time. So those kind of logic we may write into the utility class. Okay. So that is the yeah printable so print tables. So this is the one separate file which will it's not related to anything, but I kept just utility method like this Python what this Python method will do, it will print the 1 to 1 to 20 numbers, will not print the seventh table. Okay, there are some business logic. Suppose if the I is equal to 7, I don't want to print the seventh table. Rest of the table I want to print, like that I have written some method. It will help to the print the tables. So we can keep those kind of into the utility. Okay, so it's nowhere related to our application. Okay, just this kind of some utility we are using this file or this methods in somewhere, so we can keep that into the utility methods. Okay, now let me now this is the logic. See, this is the one method create table, it will create the table, and this is one method, it will add the student, and that means insert the data into the database and update the student based on the ID. We are updating the student, so that's why I'm passing the class which class means I am updating the student, which class is A, class B, class C, like that, and the based on the student ID we are updating. Very small thing. Okay, see here I am adding the student, inserting the I am creating the student into the database table. Here I am creating the schema. Okay, what is my schema is, see here also I am getting the this schema name from the environment only, where it is environment. What is my schema is student DB. Okay, now I have opened already a MySQL database. I'm refreshing. See, if you observe this one, right? I don't have the student hyphen DB. I don't have student hyphen DB schema. Okay, I don't have the student hyphen DB schema. Here, what we need to do when we run this Python program, when we run this Python project, what we need, it will first, where we need to run. So this is we have how to run this file, right? We have created the project, we have added some files. Okay, based on our logic, we have moved this Python file into the different folder. But how to run this project? That is our question now, right? So now we have a main.py Python. This is the entry point for our project. So entry point means we need to run this file to execute the other files. Okay, to execute the other files logic. So in main file, we have a method like this. So in Java, we have a public static void main we have, right? In the same way, we have a main file like this. And if you, this file, in this main file, right, we are calling another one method. Okay, in this method, we have called other methods. Create table, which we created in the service. Here we have created, right, this one. And add student. This also we have created in this Python file. So see, these two, these three methods, where it is available in the service folder in this file, it's available. So I need to import that. So let me take, suppose let me Control X. We will get the some errors. Compile time it's showing that we should import this one. Okay. Mm. See from the student SRC, from the SRC services and the student file, we are Python file this is, and we are importing the directly Python methods in this. See, this is one method. We are importing that methods only. If you know little bit Java, in Java we can't import the direct methods. We will import that particular class, and from the class we will call that methods by using the class instance. But here we are directly importing the methods here. Okay. Now if I run this one, automatically it will call one by one. Okay. Let me run this one. Okay, let me put my name. Okay, now what I need to do? I need to run the main file, right? How to run it? Go to the terminal. Okay, now Python m okay src hyphen main. Okay, src hyphen main. Why src? Because it's a main under the src, right? See, main under the src only. So Python main. See, what is this? No such file or directory. Okay, it's not able to identifying. So how to run this? Yeah. Mhm. So we don't have py src hyphen main. Install. Okay. Okay. See, we have to run the command like -m. This is the command from -m src dot main. Okay. Now it will run, I guess. Yeah. See, there is the error. What is that error? Above exception was the direct cause of the following exception. Mm-hmm. Why? Connect to the MySQL, then what is this error? The above exception is the Mhm. Student DB unknown. Why? Unknown database. Whether it's created or not, we'll see. Student DB now should come create table, right? Where it is. Unknown database. Why unknown database? Student DB. Oh, yeah, there, right? Student DB or what? Where? Let me refresh this one. Something created or what? Can we print this one? One minute. Connection established here. Then after that, we can print this. Okay. This is loading or not properly in DB name. Schema is okay. Let me. I'm printing just the whatever database is reading from this environment file. We will print this and we'll see. Still error. Student DB is printing and what is the problem then? Line number 77. Unknown database. Why this is create. it's not creating. Why it's not creating schema is this. Okay, it's printing, and after that the exception was the direct cause of the following exceptions. Line number 11, line number 5. Okay, table is not creating. Why you should create right schema? Okay, get connection. Connection is created. Database connection. Connect to the MySQL. This statement was executed. Then after that, scheme here. Add student. Add student means DB name. Execute. Why students.db? Create table if not exist. Yeah, but okay, here it's trying to create the table, but okay, it's trying to the table. It's not able to identify the schema. That is the problem. So schema is not available. So how to do this? It should available, right? Can I create the schema here? Let me create one schema here. We'll see. Student DB apply. I just created the schema. We'll see. I'm thinking it's not available. Like schema is not creating. We'll just create the manually and then we'll run. Okay. Now student DB is created, right? So okay. Student DB. Student DB. We are passing same schema. Now what will happen here? The schema is okay. We'll see. Table is array. We are putting that each and every like into the dictionary. Okay. We'll create. We will close this one. Mhm. See, that is the problem. What is there? It's saying actually here when we create the table, right, manually in MySQL also, we need a schema. But here it's schema is not available. The schema is not available. The schema. So that is the reason it's not identifying the schema. That is the reason it's error. Now if you see right, if you refresh, now come to here, student we have one record with yeah. Now let me add one more record from the main file. See, this is the reason. Okay, this is the Python. How to run this main file? Python minus m src main file. We are main file under the src folder. So folder dot main file. Like this, we have to run. Another thing we need to give this just with just with rum. Okay, now let me run this one is a class B. Okay, now let me run this again. So just with rum added. Let me run this. So two records are there. I want to update the B to C. Okay, so I'm updating the now update query. Second, right? I will take this ID and I update this B to D. Class is D like that. Okay. Now let me run this update query. I will put this add query as a comment and now update query and now class D, right? What I need to put? I need to D. Uh, now he's the D section from B to D is it will update. Okay, second record. The student ID is second, ID is second, and it will take update query we are running. We'll see that. So the table, okay, now it's updated ID too. So what we need to do, we need to go here. D, it's updated. So it's a small SQL queries, but the thing is how to use this one. So now what we need to understand, we have a different files here. For example, I have a one more file in the controller. I need to execute that method from the controller. Okay, I need to execute the controller method from my main class. Then I will import that method like this. Okay, I will import the method like this, and I will add that method here. Like, for example, let me say I add one class in the controller, student controller dot py file. Okay, so we are just adding the one print statement def display yes, display student student of. Okay, this is the way to write the method in the mm, uh, in Python. Print student. Student name is pnk8. Okay. Now what I need to do? I need to call this method from where? Main. Okay, now what will you do? I need see this is the main file. We can't put this all the methods here. Okay, we will create one separate method, and that method we are calling this all the files, all the other methods. Okay. Okay, now see, it's asking what is this? It's asking the import, where it is importing from the controller. src controller, student controller is the main method. This what is that file name, and the display method is the this one. Okay, from here also we can pass. Okay, wait. We can pass this from here. Yeah, right. Okay. Now we can pass this from here. And what is this? No, no, no. We can print this name like this. So it in the student, right? Single quotes of the table. Okay. No, no. We have to do the double click. 1 minute. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Just we don't need to put the quotes here. Just within the string only we can just whatever we are passing, right? We can print here. Okay. Now where is the main file? From here we will pass like Venkat. Okay. Let me run now. We will update and we'll stop this one. Just what I'm trying to explain here is So we can put into the one method into the controller, and you can call that method from here in the main class by importing the statement. That is what by importing this statement. Okay. See, student name is the Venkat Kindali. You can pass whatever it. Okay. This is what how to create the one Python project without frameworks, without using the Django or Flask. If you want to create one Python project and or any ETL, we need to create the project like this. Okay. So we learned the how to use the requirement.txt, what is the use of environment, how to execute the main file, okay, how to run this environment .txt to execute all the to download all the dependencies which are available in the requirement.txt file. Okay, this is what. Oh, thank you guys. That's all from my end.